There he is, Joel Dahmen, caddy this week for Brandon Harkins. I'm much more interested in talking to Joel the caddy than Joel the professional golfer.
Yeah, Joel the caddy is a rookie, and things are moving quick out there. But we are having a good time, that's for sure.
I'm sure you're having a good time. We were going to catch up yesterday, but like any good caddy, you took a 3 hour nap after your morning round.
I was so tired and exhausted. I mean, I tried to live the full caddy life. I probably had too many beers on Wednesday night, but that's just how it works. As my camera's moving around, but I think we're dialed in now. Um, yeah, so after a morning round, you wake up at. I'm staying with Brandon this week, so woke up at 5 o'clock, get to the golf course, do all that stuff, and then by the time you're out there for 5 hours and you get home and you have lunch and you finally lay down, I was just out. Um,
Yeah.
it's hard work. I mean, I always knew like caddies work hard and it's hard work carrying that bag, but it's just there's a lot of stuff going on and you're always thinking about the next shot and what you could do to help and what to say and what not to say. More importantly, sometimes, so
Right.
it's tough.
Well, let's get a little backstory on this week. I mean, I know I can brief people. I mean, you and Brandon are good buddies. Brandon just missed out on his card last week and, parted ways with his caddy, needed a looper. So just pick it up from there. How did it go down that you're here there in Boise this week? It's your first week off in a while or.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Brandon and I live close to each other in Wisconsin. So we've been best buds for 10 years now, and he just he needed a change for him. And like I said, I was done with my year, and he called me on Sunday, and he's like, "Hey, do you have any interest in doing this? I could use a friend for the week." Said, "Yeah, I will be the more than happy to come help you out." And so here we are. So it kind of happened very quickly. I didn't have a bag hardly packed, so I had some clothes shipped in for me, which is nice. But it's just been, I've actually played this golf course a couple times when I was on the Korn Ferry Tour. I played a junior golfer, so I knew the course okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I think he just wanted someone to hang out with and have fun, and because he knows how to play golf. He's one of the best golfers in the world. He'll be back on tour. It's just a matter of time. So he doesn't need me to really do more than just to clean his ball and tell him a joke or two.
So you mentioned, there was a lot more going on than you maybe anticipated. Had you ever caddied before?
I caddied a couple Mondays. Actually, caddied for Brandon on Monday. I caddied for Gino, my caddy, in a mid-am qualifier, which he got through successfully. So that
Yeah.
was good. But nothing like. I mean, this is a huge event. I mean, you could argue this is a more important event than the BMW this week on the PGA Tour. I mean, this event can and will change lives. Um, so like something in this magnitude where changes careers, it's a huge deal. So nothing like this. Nothing over 4 days. Nothing where you know you have all the pressures of an everyday tour event. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just fast. It's fast out there.
Yeah. I saw you shot 200 par, which solid start. I mean, how would you say it went out there on Thursday from your side of the bag?
Yeah, 200 start. He took him a while to hit some greens out there. He kind of struggled with ball striking, but he's a great putter and chipper, and so that kind of saved him there. But on mine as a looper, it was like I was really nervous on the first tee shot. He just like hit an iron down the fairway. There wasn't much to it, but um, and you just like I mean, I would say know everything about golf, right? Like I mean, I've done it all, and I kind of know where all the caddies stand and how they pass the flags and all that stuff. But it's just like you're walking down there, you're trying to get a number, you're trying to, we're calculating elevation this week, so we're kind of doing a
Yeah.
5 or 7%. That throws a quick wrinkle in everything. Then you're trying to, make him comfortable and figure out, talk it through things, and it's just kind of going quick. I think I did pretty well overall. I think I might have caddied him into a bogey on the fifth hole. Probably flew it too far back there to a back pin and kind of got screwed. So other than that, I kept up, kept waters in the bag. The towel was always wet. I'd say I'd give myself like a B.
All right, I like that. I
Yeah,
mean, it's hard to keep the towel dry in Boise. That thing goes quick, so you need to be on it a little quicker than you might think.
you're exactly right. There was always an extra water in the bag, and I found myself kind of sneaky putting more water on the towel over and over again. So it's
Is
good.
his bag heavier or lighter than yours?
Way lighter. He's super nice this week. There's nothing in there. I mean, absolutely nothing. Where Gino I have some putting plates that are heavy. I have a level in there. I have all sorts of stuff that Gino refuses to take out and put in the locker before the round. So like I set up like Harkins putting drill yesterday, but then after he's done, I went and put it in the locker, so I'm not carrying it around. And Gino just refuses to do that. He's also got orange whip in the bag, and Gino just keeps. He never cleans out the bag.
Yeah.
Love Gino to death, but the bag's a mess. So that's his fault. Where Harkins, this thing is there's not one extra glove, and there's barely an extra ball in there. So
Yeah.
it's perfect for me.
He's taking care of his buddy. Did you seek out Gino at all this week? What have your guys' communications been like on this endeavor?
Yeah, he just wished me good luck, and uh, every I think every tour player or high level professional should caddy at some point. Like it's so much easier on this side of the bag as a caddy. You're like, well, why'd you hit it over there? Well, because golf is really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can just see see the process that the guys are going through. You can be, hey, this is a tough tee shot, and you can kind of tell when they're uncomfortable and what's going on. And but it's just understanding like golf is really hard,
Yeah.
and like to be, I mean, your caddy's your only teammate out there, and to maybe not treat him as your teammate and the utmost, respect and stuff. I get, sometimes you're frustrated, but it's so hard to be a caddy. Like it's way easier to be wrong than right as a caddy. Put it that way.
Well, I'd argue it's harder to be a professional golfer. Do you think this is going to make you that much more grateful that you get to play golf for a living?
Honestly, yeah, I was even thinking about it yesterday. Like I kind of had a rough summer. I was kind of tired. I was uh, maybe not grateful that I was on the PGA Tour and they had the opportunity that I had, and I kind of lost sight of that. I think the last couple of weeks, and I mean, I chatted with Gino about it. I've chatted with my wife and coach and stuff about that as well. So it's just like, hey, let's just like get a little reset, a little refocus on my end, and I think this is an awesome week for me because after this, I can have 2 or 3 weeks off and then kind of get rolling here in the fall.
It reminded me a little bit when I heard this was going on this week. Daniel Rappaport. I mean, this guy is all over everything. I mean,
He's
this guy's this guy. I mean, he's unbelievable right now. He's leading the whole thing.
yes,
But Sean Zach was on the bag for you in Scotland, and so I was just kind of thinking. I was like, this is kind of interesting that you had a guy that had never done this before on your bag, and then now you've done it a little bit, but you kind of got a role reversal there.
yeah, for sure. I had a great time with Sean over in Scotland. He was a great caddy, super fun guy. Um, yeah, and I mean, also with that, like he's great. We had a great time. He served his purpose, but also like you can see like why professional caddies are professional caddies, and like Gino knows my game inside out. He's been with me for 8 years now, so like he knows every little tick. So that type of thing, and I don't know, as much as I play golf with Brandon, as much as I've we play together all the time at home. I know his game as well as anyone, but still another element of like, does he want to chip a wedge or does he want to hit a gap wedge? Like that's a huge feel thing that like caddies can't really help.
Right.
And that part's it's so hard not being in control out there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and there's little tricks you learn as you go. Is Netflix did Netflix get wind of this in time to be there? And if not, how has that been for you this summer? It's been pretty cool to kind of track from afar. We're all looking forward to that.
Yeah, we are laying low. I'm giving you the only interview of the week.
Yeah,
Focus is on Brandon,
nice.
but I thought you being on the caddy side of thing, I think this is a little more fair. So, focus on Brandon this week. So no Netflix, but we'll see how that comes out. We have no editing rights. We have no idea what they're going to put on that thing.
Right.
So, sounds like they have some good content from Gino and I and my wife, and I'm looking forward to it coming out as well. Probably sit and binge it, and hopefully I don't look like too big of an idiot out there.
Well, I appreciate the exclusive. I guess it's the morning of round two.
Correct.
Obviously you want to go out there and get Harkins around, and he's going to make as many birdies as he can. You can really go low out there,
hmm
but you got to be patient as well. What's the game plan for Friday?
Yeah, I think we're gonna. We have a couple lines to adjust off the tees as well, and maybe it's really a front pin back thing out here. So back pins we're gonna kind of push with driver, and front pins lay up with 2 irons or whatever club it is. So I think if he gets a ball and play off the tee, he's gonna be kind of dialed in today. It was tougher in the morning because you start out with no percentage, and then you're adjusting percentage as it gets warmer. Then the wind picked up, and so those are just things that are it's just hard to get the ball close out here if you're not in the fairway. So. I think he's going to hit more fairways today, and his putter's rolling. So I expect something very good out of him today.
Nice. Well, and you got one more day under your belt too, so I
For
look
sure.
forward to following it this day. Have fun out there, you guys. Tell Harks what's up,
Will
and
do.
yeah, enjoy it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.